Good day, everybody. My name is Dana Massett with the Sun Your Soul and the Mindful Mama. Today I'm talking about feminism. There's, I have like ADHD. I'm like always wanting to do things. How can I say this? Feminism can sometimes get a bad rap because feminism to some people means that women want to have the most power and women should rule the world, and almost like women are more powerful than men. But that's not the definition of feminism. That's not the vibe of feminism. Feminism is about the world embodying the female energy, also balanced with the masculine energy. So a lot of people, and this is kind of the fault of our programming in society, a lot of men, and I hate to like put in categories, but I'm just going to simplify it, is men will almost abandon their feminine energy. Everybody has both, and we're supposed to balance it. So men will like completely abandon it because society is not so accepting of that, and it's almost a negative to be in your feminine energy as a man. So it's almost like they'll just completely cut off that side. And I keep kind of going to my left side because the left side is the feminine and the right side symbolizes the masculine. So what feminism is about is bringing balance to Mother Earth, bringing balance to this world, balancing the masculine with the feminine in all beings. So the feminine is like the nurturer, that softness, the compassion, the heart center, and the creation element, the creativity. And the masculine is the assertiveness, um, almost like checking boxes. So, like the goals. So, really action orientated. The masculine is about like building, structure, organization, and assertiveness, agility, and all of that. So, we have all of those elements, and what we're supposed to do is balance ourselves. So we could be too much in our feminine energy, meaning we could be allowing our emotions to control us instead of allowing our emotions to guide us, as well as allowing our mind, our wisdom to also guide us. So it's not about fully embracing either side completely and allowing that to direct us in our lives. It's really about bringing both pairings together and bringing balance in your life. So if you think about like the masculine as assertiveness and you think about the feminine as softness and bringing those together, can you be assertive yet clear and soft in your truth? Do we have to always be assertive in the anger and the yelling? Or can we be assertive and have that softness? So it reminds me of like boundaries. I feel like when we are new to boundaries, they kind of come off rigid and angry. It's just part of the journey. And when we really get good at boundaries, we can be firm in our boundaries at the same time being gentle and compassionate. So that's when the feminine and the masculine dance together, this beautiful dance. So I noticed for myself, I like to be spoken to a certain type of way in my life. So if I'm thinking about my partnership, I don't like when my partner is sexualizing me all the time, but another woman might really enjoy that. I notice as I get older, I don't want my partner always making these sexual comments, or how can I say, like, let me give you an example, like, ooh, like, yeah, let's go in the bedroom, let's get it on. It's funny, so I'm just kind of using that as a joke, but it's like that like creepy crawls into my essence. Now what I would like is just someone to like honor, like, wow, you look really beautiful today, you look like you're glowing. Or even if you're really feeling attracted to me and you're my partner, wow, you're glowing, I feel so attracted to you, I just want to be next to you. That feels more honorable and more high vibrational than the sleazy sexual innuendos. I hope that makes sense. So I notice as I ascend more into my feminine, my divine feminine energy, I also want to be spoken to a certain type of way. The more lower vibrational ways that maybe I allowed as I was growing up, because I didn't know that I could maybe say something else and like set a boundary. I didn't really know that. That does not feel good to me. So those lower vibrational ways of the masculine almost trying to connect to the feminine in a more immature way does not feel good. And I'm finding my voice again in a assertive way, but very soft and compassionate, to verbalize that to my partner. So think about what are some of the programming, and I'm not even going to use toxic masculinity, but what are some of the low vibrational masculine things that you no longer want to accept from the masculine? And also, what are the low vibrational feminine things that you no longer want to accept? And a lot of these things are part of our programming. I think about the terminology is like boys are boys, let boys be boys, they don't know better, and then that escalates. And these are women saying these things. These are moms. So this comes back on all of us. This is nobody's fault but the whole collective. So then as men mature, it's just like, oh, men just do that. Men aren't really emotional. They can't meet you there. It's okay. They're just men. So it escalates into this thing, into this programming. Also, we're almost taught as women to receive the lower vibrational attention from men, and that's a compliment, and we should just accept that, even though our body's like cringing and we don't like it. It's almost like we couldn't find the words to describe, like, okay, I don't like this feeling, yet I'm supposed to be grateful for this attention. This is confusing. um so I also think about the programming of, if you wear a certain type of thing or if you look a certain type of way, you're inviting and you're asking for a certain type of attention. Okay, that's complete bullshit. I'm sorry. You get to wear whatever you want, men, women, everything. And no, that is not an invitation of any type of attention. Just because you wear a certain type of thing or you look a certain type of way, that is never an invitation. So that's the programming we really have to correct in our own beings, but also in the collective consciousness. You get to wear whatever you want, and you can engage in whatever type of attention you want to engage into, but that attention that you do not like, do not engage into it. Set boundaries. That is not okay. So that's like we're working through a lot of different stuff, and this is across the board. This is masculine, this is feminine, this is across the board. There's a lot of programming that we have to sort through, and we have to start a conversation with. So when I just think about, I'm in a house with all men, all boys, and I think most of you guys know that. So I feel like as I'm ascending into my divine feminine. And when I say divine feminine, I feel divine feminine and divine masculine is a perfect balance of both. So as I'm trying to sort that out, I feel like I'm clashing with the masculine and sometimes the lower vibrational masculine. And I'm like, what is this? Like, why is this irking me? Why doesn't this feel so good in my body? I love this person, but when they say certain things, it doesn't vibrate nicely in my body. So what I'm trying to do is communicate it in that way. I love you, but when you when you say something like this is what I'm feeling like inside. And I'm assuming that's not the feeling that you're trying to ignite inside of me. So if you explain it that way, it's not really judgmental or, how can I say, embarrassing or shameful. You're just saying, I'm thinking when you say this, you want me to like feel maybe like turned on. Okay, well, when you say it that way, I'm feeling the opposite of turned on. And you can even give examples of phrases that you would actually really enjoy to hear. Here's the thing. We don't know until